Boom. Yes, indeed. Once again, um, welcome to Alternative Lending Options for Small Businesses. Are you a small business owner, investor, or entrepreneur looking for funding beyond traditional banks? Thank you for joining us for this live, online, and powerful, practical breakdown of today's most effective alternative financing solutions designed to help businesses grow, scale, and stay cash flow positive. My name is Noel A. Booker Sr., and I'm with Business Credit Builder. And what we do at businesscreditbuilder.us is help entrepreneurs build their business credit and access funding, right? So we'll help you set up your business and get your business credible in the eyes of the lender, right? And we'll guide you along the way to getting the funding that you need to operate your business and grow your business. Okay. All right. Today we're talking about alternative lending options for small businesses. So I'm gonna start with letting you know that there are three C's of funding for a business, right? The three C's are credit, collateral, and cash flow. These are the things that lenders look at when you're asking them for money. Okay. Credit. They're looking at your personal credit and your business credit. Collateral, that's if you have something that you can put up for the loan in case you don't pay the loan, that they can easily get their money back. And cash flow. Cash flow is how much your business makes every month. Okay? These are all the three things that they're gonna look at to get the most amount of money. Okay? Now, you might be a starter business and you don't have any of that. That's when you start with business credit. Okay? When you don't have any of those three C's, that's when you start with business credit. Now, if you got one of those three C's, then there's some money available for you. Okay. And I'm going to show you some options for that, right? Now, this presentation is basically for people that are already in business. So if you're a starter, this stuff is not going to help you that much. All right. But I will let you know, I'm going to let you know about something that can help a start a business, right? And Miss Smith, I know what your business is. So I'm going to tell you about my credit line hybrid program that can help you. Okay. Okay. What, um, so this, what I'm going to go over is alternative funding, right? So if you go to a bank and ask them for money, they want you to have all those three C's, no doubt about it. Okay? They definitely want you to have those three C's. So, what has happened in the industry is the those businesses that have been going to a bank and getting declined, there are companies that say, "Well, I'm gonna try to get that business," right? So the people that are getting declined, there are alternative funding sources that can help those people that are getting declined at the bank because they don't have the three C's, right? Now, today we're going to focus in on ROK Financial, one of my lending partners, okay? And you can follow along if you're on your computer. You can follow along with me. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen and gonna go over the products that ROK Financial offers. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you about the credit line hybrid program. Okay, let me get this ROK Financial out the way. Okay, let's share my screen and we're gonna get going. All right. Um, Okay, one thing I want to let y'all know is that you can get a free guide on how to build business credit by going to the website businesscreditbuilder.us. All right, and stay up on my live broadcasts. And guess what? I got a new product that's coming out soon. It's going to help business owners much better. Okay, that's coming out soon. So make sure you stay up on these live broadcasts that I post to YouTube. Right. So make sure you get the YouTube channel, follow the YouTube channel, and boom, bam, you know how it go. All right. So now you should be able to see my screen. So if you're following along, you can go to businesscreditbuilder.us and you can see the screen right here. And what you would do is go to solutions, that's at the top, and go down to business loans, right? Click on business loans. It's going to go to the place where all my lending partners are, right? So just so you understand who I am and how my business operates, I'm like a franchise with Credit Suite. Okay. So I'm like a franchise with Credit Suite. Credit Suite taught me how to make these presentations and all the stuff. Just like a McDonald's, right? They get, a McDonald's owner gets the franchise for McDonald's, then they teach him how to make the hamburger, right? Well, Credit Suite taught me how to present this business credit, and they taught me business credit upside and down. Okay. So at Credit Suite, we have all these different options here, right? Another one of my funding partners is David Allen Capital, and they have these options over here. And they also have Bank Breezy, that's part of the DAC, right? Okay, but today we're going to be talking about ROK Financial. So if you come down here to ROK Financial and you click on that, then it'll come to this ROK Financial page, right? So these are the different types of programs that they offer: SBA loans, term loans, revolving line of credit, small business loans, equipment financing, okay? That's just some of the stuff that they offer. Um, Getting business back to business, ROK Financial and businesscreditbuilder.us is committed to providing the best small business financing options available today. ROK Financial is backed by a seasoned team of knowledgeable advisors, staff, support staff, and direct access to the top fintech and commercial lenders. ROK Financial believes in taking a consultative approach when working with its partners and businesses, utilizing technology to help streamline the process of seamlessly communicate updates along the way. Okay. The strategic approach to handling each file that comes across our desk allows us to individually place files with specific lenders based on the business's needs. Okay? So, in other words, what that all said is, in these days of high tech, right? ROK has a database of lenders. And when applications come across their desk, they're going to match you with the best lender for your situation, meaning lenders that's going to work best with the industry that you're in. They're going to be more conscious of the rates for you for your particular industry and everything, particularly for you individually. Okay, because not every business is the same. So if we scroll down a little bit, we got this list, right? We're going to go through this list of different options that ROK offers. Okay. Okay. There's the new one here. Bridge loan. Let's see. Bridge loans offer fast financing solutions for companies that need immediate funding to cover expenses, make purchases, or grow or foster growth. See if a bridge loan is right for your business. Okay. So The benefits is that there's no prepayment penalty, same day funding, and flexible repayment plans. It's a simple application. And all of these applications for ROK is simple, right? First, you're gonna fill out this simple application, then they're gonna gather your information and see where you are, and then they're gonna reach out to you for more information, most likely. Okay, that's how it goes. Okay, so the top industries that this particular loan is good for: manufacturing, construction, contracting, retail, healthcare. And I'm gonna breeze over this stuff, but you know how to get to this stuff by going to businesscreditbuilder.us and clicking on the solutions and business loans. And you can get to this list, right? The requirements here. So I'm gonna go over the requirements for each one. 6 months in business, 10,000 plus each month in monthly gross sales. Okay, no minimum FICO score. Okay, so remember I said about the three C's, right? See, they're high on cash flow. All right, so this is one of them places that they're a cash flow lender. Okay, so they're gonna be depending on these for existing businesses, right? So if you're existing business, that's what's good. This is good for, right? But it's also good to understand when you're starting a business, what business, where does what lenders are thinking for them to help you grow, right? Okay, if I said that right. Okay, let's go back to another one. All right, that was bridge loan. All right, now there's accounts receivable financing. Accounts receivable financing is like for businesses that can batch and sell their invoices, right? Okay, so accounts receivable finance is when a company will sell or finance off their outstanding invoices for working capital. It can either be in the form of selling the asset to the lender or using the accounts receivable, their invoices, as collateral for the loan. Okay, so I had a client that's a freight company, and he would finance his business by selling his invoices, meaning his trucks made the delivery, then they invoice the person, right? The business, and they don't get paid for 30 days. So with this accounts receivable financing, they get paid in 24 hours for this batch of invoices, okay? Rather than waiting the 30 days, okay? The qualifications are you need an aging report, right? The aging report, if you know about accounting, that means that's all the people that owe you money, right? Um, you need 500,000 annual gross sales and no minimum FICO score, okay? So that's for the accounts receivable. Okay, business line of credit is the next one. Business line of credit is a flexible financing option that allows businesses to borrow funds as needed. Similar to a credit card, interest is paid only on the borrowed amount, and funds can be used for various purposes like managing cash flow or covering unexpected expenses. Once repaid, the credit becomes available again, making it a revolving form of credit that can be accessed repeatedly. Okay? You see what the benefits are there. We're going to go down here to the qualifications. You need to be in business 6 months, 10,000 monthly gross sales, and a FICO score of 600. Okay? Now we're going to the next one, which is cannabis funding. Okay. Now, this is a risky one right here. Lenders look at the cannabis business as a risky business. So it's hard to get these type of loans. Cannabis loans and lines of credit are designed to meet any and all cannabis business financing needs with limited docs needed and customized underwriting. This specialized financing is the easiest path to financing in the cannabis industry. They need 6 months in business, 500 annual gross sales, and no minimum FICO score. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, we're gonna run these off because I want to get to the one that is good for you too. The credit line hybrid program. Okay, so commercial real estate financing. That's the next one. Commercial real estate financing is um, commercial real estate is property intended for business use. This includes office buildings, retail locations, warehouses, and industrial facilities. Commercial real estate transactions involve buying, selling, or leasing these properties to support business activities. Okay. Um, it has low down payments, necessary property documentation, and a FICO score of 650. All right, to qualify for that, their commercial real estate financing. Now, most of the time, I'm going to tell you on this one, you need to have some real estate already so you can put one up and get funding for the next. Okay, equipment financing. Equipment financing. I like this one because this also includes trucks, right? So equipment financing is a way for businesses to obtain equipment through a loan or lease. It can be used to purchase almost any tangible asset for a business. Some examples of equipment that can be financed include medical equipment, office furniture, production equipment, and technology. Okay. The qualifications: no minimum time in business, no minimum monthly gross sales, 580 plus credit score. Okay, so you gotta consult with me to see which how I could get you qualified for this one. The benefits are they got monthly payments, express funding, low or no down payments, 5 year, 1 to 5 year terms, amounts up to $5 million for equipment. So this is how I even started in business credit. Because my client was buying trucks. He was getting trucks with an equipment loan. Okay. Yeah. So that's that one right there. Equipment financing. The next one is the fix and flips. Oh, I like this one. The fix and flips. Fix and flip financing is a short term loan for real estate investors to buy, renovate, and sell properties with funding based on the property's after repair value, which means if you're a flipper of property, um, they'll finance buying the property and the money to rehab the property. And because they notice you're a flipper already, then you'll flip the house and pay them in about 6 months. And if you need a little bit more, they'll grant you a little bit more. But seeing that you're already a flipper, you should be able to do that in 6 months. That's what this is. That's what this one is good for. So it's good for those flippers. All right. All right. Next one is franchise financing. So, franchise financing is a way for franchises to obtain funds to purchase and run a franchise business. Use of funds can include franchise fees, equipment, inventory, working capital, and down payments. Okay? So, this one is good for, let's say you got a sandwich shop, right? Let's say you got a sandwich shop and you want to franchise it and make it a Subway. All right, that's what this is good for. All right, all right. Franchise financing. The next one is purchase order financing. PO financing is a type of financing that helps businesses fulfill large purchase orders when they lack the cash flow to cover up front. Okay, so this is good for people that got government contracts, right? And a PO means it's a promise to pay, right? So let's say you got a government contract, right? Now, if you go to a bank, then the bank is not going to mess with you whatsoever with this contract. But there are alternative lenders like ROK Financial that will say, look at that contract and say, hey, that's a check coming for sure because it's most likely coming from a government entity, right? So then they'll let's say you got a government contract and you need this big tractor trailer to make that thing happen. They say, all you need is that tractor trailer and that check gonna come. Boom, here's the tractor trailer. Boom. Or whatever machinery that you need, right? To make that happen. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, the next one is residential investment property financing. An investment property loan is a loan that is used to purchase a property that will produce income. It is typically used for purchasing a property to renovate or to generate rental income. Okay? Um, you need a prior history. You need a maximum property value of 250 and a score of 650 FICO score. Okay, so this is like you need investment property already for this one, right? All right, that's how that works with that one. And if you got any questions about all this stuff, you can always schedule a free business credit consultation at my website by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. I'm gonna show you that at the end. All right. Let's see. Who's next? SBA loans. Okay, we've seen all these, right? SBA loans. Let's take a look at that though, because this is SBA loans are the best place to get funding for your business because they give you a lot of money. They have low interest rates, and they spread it over a long period of time. But a lot of people don't qualify for these because you definitely need those three C's for sure. All right, but you need at least 2 years in business, 120 gross annual sales, that's 10,000 a month, and a FICO score of 675 plus. Okay? That's the basic rundown, right? So I just wanted to make sure I covered the SBA loan, right? To let you know what to look forward to, right? And we also got small business loans, term loans, and working capital. Let's skip that. Let's skip down to working capital. And you can always come back to this webpage and go over all of these yourself. A working capital loan is a short-term financing designed to help maintain cash flow and cover a business's everyday operational expenses, such as payroll, rent, and inventory. Whether a business is navigating seasonal fluctuations or season of growth opportunity, a working capital loan can provide the necessary funds to keep operations running smoothly. Okay? Same day funding, up to 10 years terms, right? That's good, right? 10-year terms. Um, Amounts up to 5 million, no collateral required, and no use of funds limitations. Because a lot of times you get these working capital loans, you have to spend it on particular things and stuff like that. Okay. You need to be in business 4 years. 10,000 monthly gross sales and no minimum FICO. All right. So they're looking at the strengths of the building, the capital that it can make, and they're looking at that credit too, that business credit. And one thing about that business credit, they can look, if you're a business applying for a loan, they can look at your business credit and don't even have to ask you permission. Like with personal credit, they have to ask you permission. Okay. Now I'm gonna go over something that's the cash. I'm gonna go over the credit line hybrid program I talked to you about. Right. So the credit line hybrid program is for businesses that don't have all the three C's, but they do have credit, right? This is a credit card stacking type of program, okay? The credit line hybrid program, you can access up to $150,000 in unsecured, no doc credit cards for your business when even the banks say no. Okay? So to find this on my website, you would go to solutions and go to credit line hybrid, right? You see that? All right, credit line hybrid, right? There's a video on here and all these qualifications. But basically, what it is this. This is what you need. You need a credit score of about 685 or better. And then you need a significant revolving trade account on your personal credit. Let's say, for instance, you got a Home Depot card, right, on your personal, and the limit for that card is 30,000, let's say, right? Then what this program will do, and everything got to be up and down, right? You got to be paying on time, and all that stuff, right? But this is what this program will do. It will match that $30,000 up to 5 times on five or up to 5 credit cards, not to exceed 150,000. And this you can get access to within 3 weeks. Okay? There's drawbacks. That's the positive. The drawbacks is they're going to charge you 10% of whatever you get after the fact. So once you get the credit cards, then you got to give them 10%, right? But you can pay them off with the credit cards. Okay? So I tell people that's getting these business loans, right? That let's say you get a business loan of $100,000, just for example, right? You need to take this $100,000 and make it $200,000 so that you can afford to pay the $10,000 they're going to charge you for accessing this money. So if your plan is just to use the money for a bag, it's just a bag of money, then it ain't even worth it. You see what I'm saying? You know, so you got to take that money and double it so you can, they're always going to charge you for use for this money, right? Now, in other webinars that I have on my YouTube channel, you can check, I show you how to set up your business and make sure that you can qualify for business, all right? For business funding. So I'll show you how to start from the beginning, all right? And I'm going to tell you, setting up your business is the most important part, right? This webinar here was just basically for existing businesses to see what they can get access to and what it'll take to get to it, right? But the most important thing about getting funding is how you set up your business. I got other webinars um, that do this. I don't know what state you're in, but I'm having a business credit master class coming up that I'm gonna do at the Peachtree Branch Library in Atlanta, Georgia, right? And it's also going to be on Zoom. So if you're not in Georgia, you can still see it, right? And then after it's going to be recorded and put on YouTube anyway. But I like doing the ones in person, right? When I got people in front of me and stuff. So that one's coming up, I think in the next week or two. I got to check the schedule. Let's go check the schedule right now. Now that I got you, right? All right, let's go check the schedule real quick. You go to the resources and go to events, right, on the website, right? Then we're gonna go down here and click to get in to the events page. Oh, my internet is bugging right now. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're moving. Ooh, it's going slow. Okay. This is my Eventbrite page, right? So see, right now we're doing alternative lending options for small business right now. And the next one, these two right here, is the Business Credit Masterclass, which is next week, Tuesday, April 14th. It's 2026 out here. And you know, I've been doing this for 10 years. This is my 10th year right here doing this. So I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I know business credit, and this business credit masterclass is going to help you dramatically. Okay. Um, yeah, it's going to help you dramatically in setting up your business and how to set up your business and build your business credit up. Okay. I'm going to show you how to build your business credit up. Okay. And most of the people that do this business credit webinars and stuff, they're like sales classes where they just tell you just enough so that you can buy their product, right? Now, I sell the consulting on how to build your business credit, where I take you through all the steps, me and you one on one, getting down with building up your business credit. But these classes, the business credit masterclass, I'm going to teach you how to do it, right? But I'm also going to show you where the lumps is that having a consultant, an expert like myself, right there with you, helping you build your business credit, right? It smooths over the speed bumps because there's speed bumps along the way. So I help you get over speed bumps. I help you save time, and that's how we do it. You got any questions? Because this is about ending right about now. All right. I'm gonna show you how to consult. Right. Okay. Got any questions before we get out of here? Okay. So if you want to talk to me more about this business credit stuff, right? You go to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult right here. Go to this page. Businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. You schedule your business credit consultant with me right now, right? And that's how we do it. Make sure you get a free guide. If you go to that website, you see that thing on the right hand side here, free guide. Get your free guide on how to build business credit. All right. Thank y'all for coming, showing up at the YouTube. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Right. Check out my blog on the website, businesscreditbuilder.us/blog. Got a lot of information on blog that can help you out, right? All right, if you got some questions about starting up your business, just let me know. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Yeah, how we get out of here? Let's do that first. Boom. Yeah. All right. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.